YTPC Padre coming to you via the virtual airways of YouTube saying, hey there, YouTube community, how the heck are you? Well, I hope you're blessed. I hope you're finding all the blessings that the Lord has in store for you. This is actually video number 1 that I'm going to be recording today on Friday. So when you see video number 2 come up on Saturday and I'm dressed the same, that's why video number 2 is going to be re-recorded on Friday too. And let me tell you about video number 2 first, then I'll tell you about this here video that you're tuned into. Video number 2 is actually pretty special, and if you are a subscriber to Briar Report Television, the BRTV guide, then you would know that I'm going to be teaming with Mark VV to offer a 4th of July special tribute to an all-American classic. It's not a pipe tobacco blend. It's a beloved member of our community who is no longer with us, at least not in the physical. He lives on in our collective conscious and spirits, and that is Matches 860. Matches had a tradition of a July 4th video for the past several years, and part of that tradition involved a particular blend that gained, shall we say, infamous notoriety throughout the community, and I was the source of that god-awful blend. So anyway, Mark VV and I figured that we would get together and put a little something up for the 4th of July, paying tribute to Mark VV. I didn't get the notice in time over to Phil for this week's edition of the BRTV guide, so he was kind enough to include it as a little additional note within the email. So I want to thank Phil for doing that, and I'm looking forward after work to recording that with Mark VV, and we'll have that up on the virtual airwaves for July 4th and this weekend. And for those of you who are not in the United States of America, it is just simply July 4th to you guys, but for us it's our Independence Day, July 4th, 1776, some 200 plus years ago, and we're still going pretty strong. Not bad for an old lady. So, what's this video about? Well, I got a couple of things. Number 1, I get questions from time to time. Take a sip of the black stuff. My friend Ghost Cop calls it mud. In my Country Squire tobacconist mug, which, by the way, before I get back to this video, Mark VV and I are going to be putting up a series over on BRTV as we do a little tasting club, and we're going to smoke through the Middle Earth series sampler from the Country Squire tobacconist. And if you would like to do that along with us, you can go ahead and purchase your sampler. You can do that right now from the Country Squire tobacconist. I'll try and put a link down into the cellar for that. Okay, so why this video? First, a little house clearing. Enjoying today. In fact, I just put this into a mason jar. This is from C&D Visions of Celephais, a most unique, God, I've said this before, gotta be one of the most unique blends I've ever smoked, and I'm smoking it in the Rossi Rubino. Beautiful pipe, smokes well, picked it up from Eddie Gray at the Pipe Nook. It's one of the most unique flavors I think I've ever experienced. I get a wine note from it, and not that cheap grapey kind of grapey wine note that you you think of when you think of Captain Black grape. This is a grape wine note that's just incredible. There's, what is this, Virginia, I think there's Kentucky, some cigar leaf gives it some body, and there's some black Cavendish that kind of rounds it out. Not like a you know, a sickly sweet black Cavendish, more like an unflavored, naturally flavored black Cavendish. Kind of calming the blend down. So nice, so unique. All right, so I'm going to share something with you that I received in the mail quite by surprise. And I'm also going to answer a couple of questions. Last video I think it was the last video I posted, I was using a lighter. And y'all know that I get a whole lot of crud from my good friend Blue Dog about using those long lighters. I call them the Acolyte Closet Supply lighters. And I've since switched over. And I'm going to show you this very fancy lighter I have been using. I don't know that Blue Dog would consider it a proper pipe lighter. However, he has given me kudos. He says it's an improvement. So here it is. You know what this is, folks? This is literally like one of those lighters I was using, just shorter, fits in the hand, and is purchased at the Dollar Tree. Catch this, for $1. They work wonderful. Look at that. It's a nice soft flame. Beautiful for our little hobby. Yes. So someone asked that question, hey, Padre, what's that lighter you got there? That's it. It's a Scripto from the Dollar Tree. Somebody else asked, what about those 9mm filters that you referenced in one of your instruments? Well, what about them? Tell you what I won't use are those paper and charcoal filters. I find that they interfere with the draw. So I shy away from those, but in this here, Rossi Rubino, which is 9mm, I use this here from Savinelli. This is a balsa wood filter. Get a nice picture of it there. That's a few of them in a row. Let me break one apart and I'll show it to you. This is, I find it very non-obstructive to the draw, and it does what it's supposed to do. It collects excess moisture, and that's what it looks like. And they work quite well. So that answers the second question that somebody asked, and I don't remember who asked these questions, so I apologize. And so here's, you know what? It's two things I didn't point out. I'm using this 8 Deco tamper. And what I like about this is you can tamp it. Look at those, which way? There it is. Look at those little holes. So you can tamp and pop. You get air through the little holes. Isn't that cool? Somebody should have got a patent on that. Maybe they did. I don't know. Other thing I didn't look at this. Look, check this out, huh? See that? That's New Orleans Pipe Club. We got one down here. They let me in. Isn't that something? I got the shirt. So, again, if you're going to see me 2 in a row in these videos dressed the same, it's not that I've suddenly become homeless and don't own any other clothes. All right. And I see my cross isn't showing. I'm going to adjust that. Oh, look at that. That's my Celtic cross from Ireland. I wear every day. Okay, and here's the real reason. Not the, yeah, I guess it is. It's kind of the main reason I wanted to make this video. I had a surprise mail drop-off here at the church the other day, and it was left, and I found it as I was walking out the door to get on the road. I had to travel about an hour over to Baton Rouge on, I guess that was that yesterday? No, today's Friday. That was Wednesday. And so I took it in, I quickly opened it because I'm like, well, I'm not expecting anything. And when I did, what I found was a note. And I hope the sender doesn't mind me reading it and outing him for sending this, because this is really just too kind. It says, Padre, I am a subscriber and enjoy your videos very much. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. The enclosed represents the end of my experiment with Virginias. I like them, but they don't like me. Oh, that's sad, actually. But you know, they can be some of the least well-behaved. I'll say that. And some people's body chemistry just doesn't allow for Virginias to be good to them. So he says, happy smoking, God bless, and he signs it. And I hope you're okay with me saying your name out loud here. John Aragona, Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. Now, John, I appreciate that. I don't know, you may not be a person who like posts responses or you have, you know, a different handle on YouTube, because this is not ringing a bell for me. But John, I am so appreciative that you thought of me. And folks, let me tell you, John was very, very kind to old Padre. What he sent here was several, I'm going to show you everything. Several tins. 3 of them, in fact, have a sticky on them. It says open, which means, of course, he's opened them. And this first one, I'm going to show you. The reason I'm showing you this one is because I got so excited when I saw it on Wednesday. Even though I was heading out the door, that is such a unique taste. Even though I was heading out the door to travel to Baton Rouge, and I didn't plan on having a bowl, I decided, well, I must have to have one. So I've been wanting to try this Capstan Ready Rub. This is the gold navy cut. This was open, so I went ahead and twisted it open myself, packed a pipe, and I'm telling you what, this was better than I would have ever expected. So that night when I got home, I did a little research on it. Went over to tobaccoreviews.com and looked up this particular blend, and there was some good stuff written about it. Comes in a flake, comes in Ready Rub. I'll be honest, I'm more of a Ready Rub kind of guy because I'm lazy like that. And it seemed like there were some people who were posting flake and Ready Rub, and they were saying this is pretty much the same review, both these products. One of them you got to go through the extra effort for. So I know there are some guys who they're more of a flake person. That's fine. I'm a Ready Rub. I would prefer this, just to minus the step. Like that day, I was kind of in a rush, so I hadn't had time to pack the bowl, but I might have had to sit there and rub it out, fold the flake, and you know, I don't know. Anyway, so appreciative that I got to try this, and I got to tell you how much I liked it. There is allegedly some sort of a casing on this that gives it a fruity and citrusy kind of flavor. And I'm gonna tell you, if it's there, it's very lightly applied, because it didn't taste like a casing to me. The fruitiness that I got from it tasted extremely natural. There was a hint of citrusy flavor that's not uncommon for Virginias, so I don't know that they would add any, you know, kind of a fake citrus. I don't know why they would want to do that. So I think this is pretty natural. There may be a casing that they use just to kind of for quality control, to keep it within limits and such. The fruitiness in this is what stood out to me. This was not a typical, a lot of times when you're experiencing a Virginia fruitiness, at least for me, what ends up happening is you get that sort of typical stewed fruit kind of fruitiness. That is not the case with this, because it played again with that little slight citrusiness to it. This reminded me at times, I would get these little hints of this and I'm like, what is it? What is this? What is this fruity flavor I'm up against? What am I getting? Very enjoyable. And then it dawned on me. It reminded me of Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Gum. And not overpowering though, but just right in the back. It doesn't sublimate the flavor of the leaf at all. You get a great leaf flavor, but that fruitiness just mixed in there, so good. So as I was researching it when I got home that night, one of the things that some people were commenting on was that the 2013 batch of this apparently was like better than anything ever created. I don't know. That seems to be what folks in the community are saying. And Mike McNeely from McClellan fame apparently had said that at one of the shows or something. And so, you know, then it takes on its own sort of cultural mythology, if you will. But if that's the case, I understand why. Because this tin actually right there, if you can see that, I don't know if you can, right there in yellow. I didn't highlight it. I guess John did. It says March 2013. So this is some good stuff. So thank you for that. What else was in there? Well, I'm going to tell you. Another tin of that. Also, same date, March 2013. Absolutely incredible. A third tin. Also, March 2013. I'm so blessed. Thank you, John. Also in there was this tin, GLP's Union Square, also marked open. Thank you. And also marked open. This is, of course, Orlik Golden Sliced. Let's cover up that. Orlik Golden Slice. This is handwritten on the back, 419. And the funny thing about this is, as I said, I think in my last video, that every summer, every spring and summer, I would go to my stash of Orlik Golden Sliced and give it a try and just say, it's a good Virginia. It's all right, you know? And then this summer when I went to them, like, holy smoke, that the aging process had really, it just made it bloom. Mine was from 2016, now we're in 2020. I also had mentioned that I left the jar, not on purpose, in the car in the summer for a week or two down here, and maybe that helped kind of lightly stove it, I don't know. But with some age, folks, this lives up to be all that people say it can be. Also in that box was another one of these, also marked 419, but this one's not open. And then another tin, open. This is great stuff here. This is Full Virginia Flake from Sammy G, Samuel Goeth, from 618. Man, I'm telling you, this is an incredibly nice gift. Thank you, John. But wait, there's more. Also in there, from May of 2018, this has gotta be, I don't know, this feels like almost a pound here. Amphora, Virginia, and another bag, Sutliff, Virginia slices. So old Padre has racked up with some Virginias this week, and I am so appreciative of you, John. That was so not necessary, yet so appreciative, just too kind. This is one of the kindest communities, I'm telling you. I say that all the time because it's true. So, my dear kind community, I do hope in the United States of America, as we're heading into this 4th of July weekend, that you stay safe, that whatever you do, that it brings you great joy and pleasure, that whatever's in your bowl, that it remains cool and sweet for you over this hot summer weekend where we are anyway. And I also hope that you'll tune into the virtual airwaves tomorrow. That would be Saturday, for our 4th of July special tribute to an American classic, Mr. John Hartnett. Mark VV and I team up tonight to record that video. We'll put it out tomorrow morning right here on my YouTube channel. Just a way of remembering our friend Matches 860 this 4th of July weekend. I'm going to sign off for now. This is Padre wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings.